Hello, I have made my first synth. It's primitive, it's buggy, but it's alive and it's available for free. So in this episode, I'm going to show you the synth and I'm going to show you how to incorporate it into your film scoring template should you want to use it. So stay tuned. Cheers. For this synth, we are going to need a couple of things. It's programmed in Pure Data, so below you will find a link to that. It's a free programming environment. So if you just download it for your Windows or Mac PC and download the synth from my website, you're basically good to go. Now, to incorporate this into your Cubase template, you would also need some kind of MIDI port. On Mac, you can just use the system version, or on Windows you will need something like Loop MIDI. Also find a link on that below. The synth is very simple. We have note input, we have 4 oscillators which changes randomly every time I press the tone. We have a sort of volume control here that you can change. We have a reverb inside and we have some controllers. So here you can change the reverb, which is set at 85 from the beginning, but you can also use this one to change it afterwards. Here's a kill switch, so if you click bang, you will kill the reverb. It's still active, but you will cut it if it sounds for too long. We have transpose, and we have low pass filter. We have high pass filter that you can change, and we can add a pulse to the synth. So first thing you need to do is hit start, just to activate the initial settings. And I've already done that, so I'm not going to do it. And then we can just play. So you will notice that every time I press the button, it will change. You can also adjust the envelope here as well. It's a rather neat, cute little thing, simple to use, maybe not that simple to understand, but simple to use. And it's particularly good for drones or whatever kind of just soft soundscape you want to use that is a bit unpredictable because of the randomization. Now, how to get this to work with Cubase? Well, the first thing we need to do is to prepare our MIDI port. In this case, I use Loop MIDI, and I have added a port called DP for Pure Data, except I wrote it backwards for some reason, so that's on me. Baridron, but you can call it whatever. And we can see that it's active. It has been sending data, so it works. Close that down, and in Pure Data I will go to Media. I will turn the DSP on so you can actually hear sound. I'll use the standard MMIO. The audio settings, I will choose the same sample rate as the project, and the output I want, in this case the main output on my sound interface. Apply, OK. Next step is to go to MIDI settings, and for the input device I will add my DP Vary drone, which is a port I set up. Now we're good to go on the pure data end. Over to Cubase, we need to add this to a program. I've added MIDI track, and in audio connections, I have gone to the external instrument setup. I've added an external instrument, which you can see here, the PD Vary drone. You could set up a return bus, which means the bus where the audio will return. I have not done this here because I will use loopback through my RME card instead. I will show you how to do it. But if you have a physical input and output or whatever, you can use it here, which means you can actually have the synths on a separate computer if you want and just route the audio back. Over here on the MIDI device, I chose Create Device, gave it a name, and in this case I don't have any fancy stuff like volume automation or modulation or whatever, so I just have the basic settings and saved it. After having saved it, I went to the Open MIDI Device Manager, which you can see here, chose the synth that I've set up, and on the output I chose the same MIDI port, which means that the synth, it's sending from Cubase through that MIDI port, and it ends up in the synth on the other side. On the output here, we can see that I have selected the PD Vary drone synth that I've set up with the DP Vary drone MIDI port. So we're all set. Next thing I need to do is to get my audio to return to Cubase. In this sense, I've done a simple solution on the RME sound interface, in which I just, on the main output, chose loopback. That will have this sound coming out from the master bus, enter back in on audio channel 1 and 2 again. You can't see it here, but it will work. So back in Cubase, I've added an audio track where the input is on audio channel 1 and 2. Here is called stereo in loopback. I choose monitor so I can hear what I'm doing. To show this, I've added some MIDI information here. Just something simple. Yada dee 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 bum 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 bum, and so on. So let's press play. Now, should you want to record this, all you need to do is record enable your audio track and hit record. And that's how you route MIDI information from Cubase to an external synth that is not Cubase compatible, or VN Ensemble Pro 7 compatible, because it's not VST. And how you use my first synth, which is available for free on my website. See the link below to download and have fun. Feel free to mod. Just please tag me in your post to acknowledge my contribution. Should you like this video and want more, feel free to subscribe, hit the bell button and give it a like, and perhaps also a share. And I'll see you for the next episode. Cheers.